in the 1900s, there was a German philosopher named Friedrich Nietzsche. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, or Friedrich Nietzsche. And then, towards the end of his life, I think towards 1881 or so, he wrote something in one of his works, which was titled Twilight for the Idols. And then this is directly quote from this work. And it says, what trifles constitute happiness? The sound, what trifle constitutes happiness? The sound of a bagpipe. So now he said that without music, life will be a mistake. I'm sure you've heard of that.
I've not heard of it.
Without music, life will be a mistake. The German even imagines God as a songster.
He imagines God as a songster. That's okay. Yeah, that's.
Right? So welcome back to this sweet episode of 19 Meter Map. This episode is going to be very, very sharp. Can you say it? And then in the studio we have 23 Dave. 23 Dave is an Afro-Gospel artist. Very, very dope guy alive. I'll see it's among my top parts. Is this my very serious friend? And we are going to be stepping into the world of music.
Yeah.
We've not actually done this on 19 Meter Map. We've actually we've interviewed creators of different kinds, but right now we are going to be focusing on the music sphere. So right now I would like you to introduce yourself properly, and then let's see how.
Yeah. Okay, so my name is Sense3 Dave, and before I start, I'm so excited to be on this podcast, 19 with a Map, and it's not a coincidence. In one of my songs, in Knock Knock, I think I said, look, 11-9, I'm just 19, so it's not a coincidence. And I was so excited to be on this podcast. And introducing myself, I can just say I'm more of an explorer, the Raj Explorer Council. So I'm more of an explorer. I tend to think deeply, and that creates, or that makes up who I am. I give a lot of thoughts to things, situations about life. So if I say, if they tell me I should write, before in primary school they say, write a composition about yourself. I think I can't necessarily just in one sitting tell someone who I am. You understand? The more you get to, or we get to relate, the more I get to speak, the more I get to do things, people are getting to know who I am. So for that, I can just say for my public, what people know me as public online and stuff. Yeah, I'm an artist, I'm an Afro-Gospel artist.
Afro-Gospel. Alright, so now let's dive right into why we're here. So now, 23 Dave, what is your perception of what music is? What do you see music as? There are so many people that actually have different views on what it actually is. For me, I would say that music is just more instrumentals, or I love to listen to sounds. I don't know if you know lofi beats and stuff like that.
I know the person. Yeah.
So what do you see music as? Wait, one more thing. My episodes on Spotify, if you actually listen to them carefully, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you actually hear a soft lofi beat on the background. So that's still part of music. Yeah, that's part of my interest in music. So now let me give you the stage. What do you see music as?
Okay, very good question. So as an artist, or I won't say as an artist, this is more of a personal stuff. So I see music as a form of, or a tool for meditation. Most of the things that people say, now that we are talking, from this conversation, I can choose that, from this conversation that me and Alex had, let me write a song. When I write a song, it creates more of, it just becomes a tool for meditation, whereby I'm not even, it's not possible for me to forget what has been said in this conversation. There are times in my life whereby, through music, I actually remember occurrences that had happened in the past. You understand? Just through music. So I see music as a form of meditation, and aside that, I see music as a message. You understand? A message that is tailored with sounds, that is tailored with lyrics and stuff. So it just creates that's what I see music as. I see music as a message, basically. And from me being a Christian and as well a born again believer and as well a musician, I see music as an audio message. The way your pastor is going to preach in church about money, about relationship, That's the same way I see music. I just see it as an audio message, basically.
Yeah, so you see it as a form of expressing yourself. That's how I heard now. So like that's what I actually got. And I think one of these days I was just basically thinking to myself, I was all like, we seem to remember the lyrics of songs very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You get now, but once we start reading our books and everything, oh, this is a poldy, it doesn't do it. You get now, you get this type of thing. So I'll say that yeah, music is basically so attractive, if I may. It is so attractive, it is so retentive because we seem to enjoy it. Whatever we enjoy, we retain.
Yeah.
You understand that type of thing now. So that's just like I actually do love your kids. I actually do love your perception on what music is. And then I'll say that I've been privileged to hear. I mean you said some of them for unreleased tracks. We're like, oh my god, like my days is that's to play these things. Your first track, which was no, you get released at
Like, yeah, July 26th.
that was me
That's like, yeah.
and that song should have been in my Spotify rap as the on God. Spotify did this. Well, this year we are going here.
I agree, yeah.
And then he just released a new track.
Yeah, surrender with future outbreak.
On the 6th.
On
On the 6th.
the 6th, yeah. That was Friday 6th, yeah. 26th.
My track, the lyrical, I don't know, the lyrical manipulations and yeah, I just say lyrical vibes.
So it's all good, it's all good.
And so almost it's really bitch kind of that you do good. And then I actually now that we are going to dive into your philosophy of what you actually see music as. Let's not even see what you see music as. We are going to look at life in the lens of an artist.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
So right now we are going to look it. So now we'll say that what made you fall in love with the art of music? So you start creating your own.
Okay, so what made me fall in love with the art of music to make me even start creating my own? That's a very nice question. You know, most times when you hear a song that you resonate so much with, like you're like, this song, you like say they talk to me, you get. So most times like that's one factor. Yeah. So most times I hear songs and they resonate with me so much. And I think for me it started with more of like emotional song. You understand? There are some like love songs, I'll call it love songs I heard and I'm like, oh this relates with me so much. You understand? So why can't I make something that is from my own perspective, like is my own story, is my own experience, you know, like rather than it being someone that I can relate to. So that's just what made me. And before that, like growing up, I was in my school, they took music very serious. St. Jude's private school. Thank you guys, like St. Jude private school. Thank you so much because like it was actually a privilege. My parents, you understand, they helped me with the homie. They invested in me so much, you understand, as regards to the music. So our school was so serious with music. From the young age, it was just me playing instruments, you understand, me playing instruments. I started with drums, I guess. I started with drum, then I switched on to sax. Then from sax, I learned guitar, acoustic guitar a little bit from my brother, then to keyboard, you understand. So all those things combined, even when I was in junior school, there's this guy, Mez Magic. He's a student in like Babcock. The guy was in my school, so you understand.
I get produces.
Yeah, he's produced. He's the one that produced for Knock Knock. I was the one that produced for Knock Knock. So the guy, when we were in junior school, he always make beats. You know, secondary now, he make beat on the table and stuff like just drum. And they're like, they called me DJ Kali because I was swag. You get that stuff like that. We don't like it. So like that was high. So what was the question again before I like digress?
Like I say, what made you fall in love with the music? To the extent
of making me start. Yeah, so like basically, so that was just the sequence of events that led to me actually starting music. And I think when it became a turn for me was actually in SS3 when I was in senior secondary. Like that's year 12 for people that are abroad and watching this. Yeah, I know there are people in Canada that watch this, UK. Yeah, so like in India, that kind. So like what like made me actually say, yeah, David, you have to write your own song. So the time in SS3 was really SS3. I don't know what's probably SS3 took a toll on me. Yeah. So it's like there's a cousin of mine that actually sings. So the guy sings, he's an artist. So and he was staying with us. So I happened to go to his room. I heard him playing like some beats. Most times, me, the way my life is, anywhere the music is, that's why I'm like, if I hear sounds, I just go there and like, I'm more of like an explorer, like I said. So I just go, I want to know the creativity behind music, or how did they do production, how did the person sing, and everything come together and stuff. So I went to
Basically, PS, if you want to kidnap Mona, just play beats inside the pad.
with the service I go freestyle the grenade. So yeah, basically, it's like I went to my cousin's room and I heard the beats that he was playing. While I went to his room, he sang like he was singing a song, and I'm like, and during that time, I think that's the time that I can say that I was kind of exposed to what love is from the human point of view. You understand? So like,
Romantic love.
yeah, romantic love. I was trying to. I was exposed.
How did you end up?
So like, how did you end up? How did you end up? We are here. We are standing.
Later.
So that was a later gist, yeah. So like I went to my cousin's room and like when I was playing that beat, so that period was like more not just romantic, like it was me being exposed to myself, who I am, you understand? So when I went to his room, played these beats, he sang and like it was like I was imparted, you understand, like an impartation. Then when I left his room, I'm like, bro, like let me just try to write. So how it started was like me writing a story. I checked for beat online. I can't remember the song. The song all be in my mind, rapper like mine, fighting the demons, the demons. So yeah, that's like, so the song was just like basically me talking about like the state of my relationship, state of my mind and stuff. So that was the progression. So that was what led to the point of me saying that now like I need to actually form my own music. It's like you writing your story. No one can write your story better than you, basically.
I'm sure. Yeah. So as I said, like it was a way for it to actually like express yourself.
I feel, yeah.
So I'm sorry, that's your cousin. Is he still singing?
I don't know precisely. He has gone out of the country. Yeah, but that like Ikem. His name is Ikem. His artist name is Dwayne Stunner. Yeah.
DJ Stone.
Dwayne Stunner. Dwayne. Yeah.
Dwayne. That's sharp. That's sharp. All right. I'll say that okay. You're actually inclined to this thing from way or yet or something that was in you.
Yeah.
I actually do like that, and then I feel like that is something that we actually need to cultivate as a society. I feel like that is one of the goals of this podcast as a whole, for us to be actually be able to cultivate what is inside us. Yeah. So now, for example, your parents didn't actually say that you invest. Sorry, to a private.
Sorry for
I actually focused on newsroom. That I think just yesterday, my friends and I were actually having a conversation about football and about other dreams. What I can't remember what exactly we're talking about, but I remember that earlier this week I saw I don't know if you know, obviously know Hamilton in F1.
Yeah, what F1 now? I don't know.
You don't know Hamilton?
Nah, what's it work?
That's crazy, but I'm a big fan of F1 per se. I'm a big fan of cars and everything engines. So
that's a what they call yourself. That's a hint for your whoever is going to date you for your babe.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So like basically, after Hamilton left F1, the person that actually replaced him, his name is Kimi Antonelli. Kimi Antonelli was born in 2006. Kimi Antonelli is between 18 and 19 right now, and he's driving for F1. And it is a day salary of about $2 million. Yeah, I'm not proud to say this though, bro. I'm in 2005. I also like the thing pissed me off. I was like, Jesus, to nonsense. What type of country is this? There's the type of dream that you have that Nigeria will just kill it. You get that type of thing now. So imagine that he was born in a country like that with such talent to be driving among the top teams of F1. Most people are to F1 at such an age. You get the type of thing now. So it's just really, really I'll say that is something that I'm very sure that his parents actually did invest in that. That it was able to cultivate him, and then I'll say that if you don't have the opportunity per se, you can still focus on yourself and cultivate it for yourself, because not everybody's story is the same. Our fingers are not equal. So if anybody says that life is the same, that's absolute car.
Yeah, Alex, don't drop advice for now. None does say no do anything for now this year.
You get, so yeah. That's just it. And then I'm like really glad to see that okay, your parents are actually, or they actually invested in what you
up to now. Yeah.
Up to now.
Yeah.
That was how I was like up to now. That's really showing so much support, so much love, and then you can't take that for granted, because you know some people like they actually can go out and defy There are people dreams to cheat. It's their dreams. You get, and then there are still people out there that will think. And then if you don't have the support, it is your dream. It is your responsibility to chase it. The responsibility to go after it. Even when it's there with you, go after it. Do it alone, do it with people. Just make sure it beats. You get now. So like basically, before we even go on to the next session, do you agree with that quote that we use to start the podcast?
That God is.
Without music,
Oh yeah.
life is meaningless.
Yeah, like definitely. I totally agree with this. I totally agree with it. Like I said, music is a form of meditation, and I happened to be on a meeting some time ago, and what it was basically, the person that was even like hosting the meeting happened to be Alfred, and what he was talking about basically was meditation. You understand? And meditation, he said something that our life is a product of meditation. You understand? So what me I can do is based off of meditation. So life is totally going to be meaningless if you understand. The aim is something from, so music is a form of meditation. So it's just like I said, music just crystallizes what you know. You understand? If you see in churches they preach sermon, but why do they have choirs that sing and stuff? So it just like crystallizes the whole message. And yeah, life is going to be totally meaningless without music. I feel it's going to be like an emotionless society though, no music.
Emotionless society. That's I see that society will be chaos if there's no
if there's no music.
There will be no motion.
Yeah.
If there's no music. That shall since 3 day. Let's code that. Since 3 day change city. Yeah. So
the 7th edition.
So basically we're in our final year and then we are struggling with our projects.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. At this point, to the future me, you survived, Dr. Jerry. Yeah, so it's really nice. So my next question is that how has music helped you survive this season with your life? Probably heartbreak or something. Has music actually helped you survive it? And then has it helped in your growth? In you growing as a person and developing and then being who you are right now? Does music have a role to play in that?
Yeah, music has helped me a lot in my growth, in passing through seasons of my life. Like I said, I see music as something that helps you journey. You understand? In life, like I said before, without music, the society is going to be emotionless. You understand? And if you remove like motion, you remove the emotion. So like without emotions, you understand, there's going to be no motion. If I don't feel angry, I'll have no reason to slap you. If I don't feel happy, I'll have no reason to do something. So I'm seeing that music is without music, society is going to be emotionless. So I can say, yeah, music has helped me a lot in my journey. There are times in my life that what actually helped me to keep pushing was what people said, either from their experiences, you understand, okay, and I just see life from a different perspective, from a different point of view. It just gives me a foresight, you understand that, bro, there's still more ahead, there's more, and yeah, God has been in it, you understand. Even almost, no matter anything motivates you for this life, if God don't motivate you or you do your own. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, music has helped me so much, like you said, through heartbreaks. Have I had heartbreak? I'm not sure. So like, have I been heartbroken? I'm not sure. So it's like, yeah, music has helped me a lot in various seasons of my life. So like I said, what even helped me at a time when I was in SS3 was actually writing songs. That was period that I actually saw that, I could write songs. So it has helped me. It has helped me I believe not even speaking only for myself, in everybody's life, you understand. When you want to worship God, when you want to pray, there are sounds that are just in your head. I surrender. So it just gives you like a perspective, you understand, that crystallizes what you know. It solidifies what you know. It's not like you don't know you're meant to surrender to God, but the music just helps you, connects you. Yeah, it connects you with that reality. So music is a code that connects you between realities, with reality.
Not even with reality, with other people.
Yeah.
We get now, there are people that they get connected by the type of music that they actually listen to. And I can't say that everybody listens to one music in one way or another. I think some time ago, some years back, I was still a bit young. I met somebody, the air was all like, he doesn't listen to music. But now coming to think of it, that's cap. I can't even say one way or another you must listen to.
Either actively or
You get now passively, you must shall listen to lyrics. So like music is a really connects us. If you are looking for a partner or somebody, obviously you would like to know their music is. And their music is they see not about good
oh yeah, true.
about their personality. We get now, so you'll be able to connect with them through music. It's just really crazy. I can't.
Yeah, I think that is actually a dope perspective. So for you guys, depending on when this podcast is going to be coming out, if you want to know the personality of whoever you're dissing, ask them for their playlist. If you see Zazu there, portable.
Yeah. So, so now let's go on to the next one. Have you ever created something that the outcome shocked you? Like
Not that versus what I got.
something like that. Yeah. No, let me not even say that, but like it surprised you, like, oh, this thing really good and they do this so
Oh yeah.
or I can't believe I need this type of nonsense. This thing must not go out.
Yeah, I think I can't actually say that I was the one that created it. You understand? What I can say is that I'm happy to be the vessel that's passing.
The medium.
You know, yeah, basically the medium that's passing through. There was a time I was in a room with one of my friends, Tope. You understand? The owner or the founder or the CEO of Evlog Studios.
Easy audio. So let's give a shout out to you.
Evlog Studios, yeah.
We are going to be having shirts, I don't know, from before the session ends, so before the season ends, and then it is designed by Evlog Studios. Give me a check out on IG,
Yeah.
everything. Very nice.
Yeah, so I happened to be in the room with Evlog Studios, and like there was a part in my life, like not even a part, that was like last year. You understand? Last year I was actually I was in an emotional state. You understand? I was not last year, not a situationship. I just liked somebody, maybe. This situation, is it a crime? It's not. Say it's that's not.
That's what how do you want it to be?
But like is that let's do that. No, let's do that. Let's sit down and go back to the topic. So it's like this girl, I actually liked her, and stuffs were not moving how I expected it to go. You understand? So I actually prayed. I'm like, oh my God, maybe listen, I expect with you. So you understand, like from the assurance and everything that you've given me, this is not actually what I wanted or stuff. So it's like when I prayed that night, I woke up the next morning, and when I woke up the next morning, it was as if I was waking up from a sound. I don't know if that's the correct, but as I was waking up from where they were cooking sound, a sound room. Like I could literally pick some of the things that I heard while I was asleep. So I heard like the chords, everything, the melodies, and I woke up immediately. I carried my book and wrote some of the chorus of that song was how do I show my love for you, prove my love to you. So it's like that's the chorus of the song. And when I wrote the verses is from the secret place I've been drawn to you. That's the fact I've been drawn to you. There's no confusion. I got convictions. This is not a fiction, but a fusion. Do you love me? That'll be that fusion. But I'll wait, because that is the scripture. You don't even know yet. But an adventure, a peradventure, you get into another venture. I trust God, your inventor. You always got to replace me. I've already leaked out. All myself. Yeah. So it's like, oh my God. So you see,
I can remember hearing that line. What song is it from?
which no, that one is like I've never produced a song. I've not produced that one. So it's like I've actually like I just like played the chord that. So when I woke up, I wrote it down, played the chords and everything. So it's like when I saw that song, I'm like I was so shocked that oh no, bro, you get. So like I can't even necessarily say that it's from me. There are some parts you know that okay, yes, I did this. You understand? Even though God is still the one like walking through it, you know that this one and me done. You get. But like there are some that you can't even take credits for. Things like that. Yeah. So there's in that moment.
You're just the medium through it.
Yeah, true. So yeah.
Almost still comes out to see guy. I can't even like that's really really sharp, because subjecting yourself to, I don't know, I'll say it's a level of humility where you don't even see yourself as the creator. You get, but you just see yourself as the medium. It's actually something that actually goes very very far.
You be the creator and the creator.
That's what you listen to knock. Alright, I can't even lie, this guy is good. But so now let's move on to the next question. So now, when you got into music, what was that what I ordered versus what I got? So like were your expectations different from the reality that you faced when you officially got into music, not just like where you were playing around there, where you said that okay, this is what I want to do?
So like expectations that were not met, kind of stuff.
Not really expected. Well, you can see it as that, but like let me say, for example, you expected it to be a bed of roses. You get just the guy will like you although you reach out for the people at the guys states. Yeah, now so like that type of thing. So like what reality check really hits you hard? You get now that sends you back into reality, like this is the reality of the business. I mean,
I think like saying that I'm actually an independent artist, so it is like any official shock. You understand that maybe somebody sued, like I got flagged for copyright or something, like I've not gotten any of that. I've not reached out to plenty artists, you understand. I'm an independent artist, I'm not under any record deal, I don't get manager, I don't get. So like, but for the music, I can say what I ordered versus what I got. It's not even in this singing. Okay, I think some part of what I ordered versus what I got. So guys, I'm actually working on an EP. So for that EP like normally consists of 4 songs, you understand, and at times it can be 3 songs, you understand, depending on what you want to do. So but like normally it's 4 songs that I put drop. So for the 4th song on this EP, I actually told the producer, shout out to TY, a very big shout out. TY is the one that produced all the songs on that EP, and only one of the beats was not him that created, but everything from mixing to the mastering. His producer tag is please forgive me Tayo. So
I XN.
yeah. You can reach out to him for productions, anything. Yeah, so for the 4th song, the only thing that has been a shock to me was that, like I told you, writing music or creating a song or whatever is like you're telling your own story basically. And is when you tell your own story, you see you're putting your story out. You understand? And depending on what story you put out, is going to determine how people see that story. If you see some people till now, they don't believe that Jesus rose from the dead. They made a lie that the disciples stole Jesus' body from the tomb. You understand? So depending on what story you put out, like basically what I'm just trying to say, that story that I put out created a story. That was like I wrote a song for. That was the 4th song. Like we're trying to work on the last song, and I sang it for TY. TY is like, bro, yeah, no, I don't think we should.
Yeah, he
So then I go,
both.
no, yeah. So I think like that's one of the things that has been a shocker, because like you're telling a story and somebody is telling you, bro, this does not make sense. You understand? But although it's for the good of your career or whatever. And another what I ordered versus what I got is trying to learn how to play some instruments. I'm just like, bro, like I didn't know it was going to get this serious. You understand? It's like I think I was learning how to play guitar. I'm learning how to play guitar, and there are barcodes. Barcode says like, for those of you guys that play guitar, know what I'm talking about. Like you have straight, almost see it. Yeah, that's just it. Like learn how to play some string, and you're seeing the hard. You know, in system, everybody wants pleasure, everybody wants bed of roses. But I believe like in everything, in every endeavor, bro. Even no matter how passionate you are about like whatever you're doing, you are still going to be parts or time where you be like, oh no, this thing, bro, you understand? We say you did. Even me, I can't say like I don't see myself not being passionate about music anymore. But I can see myself coming to a time I'm like, bro, Muna, like there are sometimes I try to beat myself up. Right very well. Now what kind of nonsense shit they write or something. Yeah, so that's it.
Basically, I can see that it's all boiling down to how the perspective in which you have seen it, and I like that you're actually taking a positive perspective in everything that is actually coming out. Because in everything that you're doing, you're just like saying, "Oh, okay, this is how it happens." You get now, and then you're actually looking at the positive side. You're like, this concept of cup half empty, cup half full.
Yeah.
So you're like a cup there. That's a and you see the good in things. And then that's really, really good. I'm trying to remember this analogy per se that I heard. I even said some time ago. So just here, but that's good. So right now let's move on to the next agenda. Then I'll say that at what point, okay, I've remembered it. So it's also like, um, you believe in that concept where they say that if you love something, you don't have to work a day in your life.
You don't have
Love
to work.
what you do.
You don't have to work. I don't believe in that, bro. That's garbage, bro. That's garbage. They say that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. When Jesus came, Jesus still has to do like a very, very huge work that like nobody in humanity can see do that work. So if you've not accepted Jesus today, you do. So like, bro, no matter how you love, even if it's a girl, like, bro, like you still have to. Yeah, I don't want to digress into me. I know relationship as here. So you still have to work. There's no way like you love something and you won't work towards it. That there's work that you have to put into everything that you do.
But from my own perspective, I was saying that if you say that you love something, you don't have a pen to put the sweat. You don't have to put sweat or blood into it. Come on, I would say that. I know I use this word a lot, but that's cap.
That's cap, bro.
We get
That is
that's cap. Because I feel like that's what this podcast basically is about. It's about breaking down misconceptions that the public have actually put out to us. You get things that we'll actually expect in our own journey, but going through life, we'll see that that's not actually true. That's what we are here for. 19 map is here for you for that.
I see the map.
And if you love something, you have to definitely put work in. Because now let's look at it in this way. Otherwise, if you're not actually putting in the work, if you're not putting in the work, you say that, okay, I love this thing. Then you now hit a hard point. We hit a hard rock in life. Maybe in your journey through the work. What do you expect? Obviously, you see that a lot of things will start going wrong. You start saying, but I love this thing. Why is it hard? Life is hard. There's life will be
fair.
Life will always be hard. So you actually have to choose the hard. Is it that you want to choose the hard now and then you now reap soft life later, or you choose soft life now and then you now reap the hard later? But I'll say that those are principles that definitely there. But some people can choose soft life and then still live a soft life later.
Nepoli.
There's that. As I said, life is not equal. You get how everybody has their own challenges, their own problems. But what we are trying to debunk right now is that if you're working on something, the idea that you love it and you won't face any problem with it is not proper. That is not what you are meant to be looking at in the perspective. You are meant to be expecting problems, and then you're meant to be looking at how you solve problems. I was having a conversation with a friend a few years back, and I was all like, we've come to this life to solve problems. Without problems, life wouldn't really be life. It won't be fun. You get?
Yeah, it won't be an adventure.
Do you know what comedy is?
Comedy.
Comedy is tragedy that has time. That's taking time. You get? It's just like tragedy. Now, like tragedy, you don't sour.
That's sounding contradictory.
It's not contradictory. Now, for example, let's say that you fell and you broke your teeth here.
Yeah.
In 2 years' time, you and your friends will laugh about that, like really hard.
Fair.
You get my point?
I think it's depending on the perspective of the tragedy, the kind of tragedy that actually happened, or the kind of tragedy.
Actually, there's an extent to everything, but that's basically what comedy is and everything. So, that's really like me, my own perspective. That. So now let's looking at it. I said, at what point the music starts being more of work? You get now more of discipline rather than just vibes and inshallah.
Oh, okay. I think like the back end of everything has to do with work, and the front end of everything has to do with the pleasures that come afterward. So I'll give an example. You know, I shout out for this my EP they come out. If I no stream am. So basically, like for this EP that I'm working on since first week of February, I guess, I had to be calling TY, Alpha, coming record this one. There are times where I slept like 3 hours. You understand? There are times like I didn't have enough sleep. I still have to wake up to go to class. One of my friends called me a student by day and an artist by night. It's super black. So it's like I can't say it's to look more of like discipline. Like what we said before. Everything that you do that you love, there are still going to be hardship that come with it. You understand? You love God, there are still going to be challenges on the way and stuff. So, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you just have to push through. You understand? So me loving music, yeah, I see that. I can't necessarily say that. Yeah, there are times that I have to discipline myself. I know that, okay, that, well, I have to get this done. I've dropped one song. I dropped one song July 6th, Saturday, July 6th, 2025. I'm like, bro, you can't just leave people hanging. You have to drop another one. Dropped another one by God's grace here on Friday, 6, 10, and 6, surrender. By God's grace, we are working on another one. One is coming out 14, one is coming out 18.
Yeah, going ahead with the kids. So ciao.
So it's like, for discipline, yeah, you have to lock in to get what you want. You understand? It's not like, yes, there are going to be highs and lows. Even in process of, there was someone that said something, an Nigerian artist. He was like, the lows, that they want to see the lows, but it's the highs and lows that make the song sweet. So it's like, bro, it just has to, you understand, life, there's balance, you understand. There's time, like, it has to be sure that there's a time to laugh, there's a time to mourn, there's a time to be happy. You understand, bro? There's a time for everything. So
That's true. That's true. I actually really do love your perspective on this. I think the points that it actually became very visual to him was when he dropped his first song and he realized that he has to put more food for us on the table. And I'm very sure, not just in February, I'm very sure that we are going to eat this whole year. I, are you getting that from us?
I can't say I make that promise. Let's see, Sha. Let's see.
Yeah. So right now, I'll say that you're an Afro-Gospel artist.
Yeah.
You consider yourself that.
Yeah.
So now, in an industry like this, how do you usually protect your identity? Yeah, because it is very, very easy to, like, I don't know, I'll still conform. You get now to switch sides just to see growth and everything. But now it is going to be way harder for you that you actually have this identity that you're actually standing at.
Mm.
What do you have to say about that?
So about being in the industry, I can't necessarily say in the industry, like I say, bro, I'm independent. I'm doing what I love, you understand? And at the same time, I'm working towards it. I think the question will come from a better point if it's like in the type of environment that we are. And okay, I'm saying I'm an Afro-Gospel artist or I'm a Christian, you understand? Now I seem to uphold some values. How do I make effort towards not conforming? I think that would be, so it's just in respect to that, I feel like, I'm not saying I'm the most perfect. Like, I literally said that in Surrender. One of the lines in Surrender was like, I'll crawl to you. If I can't, I'll walk to you. If I can't, you walk with me. So it's like, bro, in areas of my insufficiency, God becomes my sufficiency. Yeah, and it all boils down to your secret place, you understand, your relationship with God, to beholding God's face. They say that as we behold, we are transformed into the same image as He is. You understand? So is what the society has different things that mirrors to us. You understand? So that's why people can say, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, because of what they've been mirrored to by society. Yeah. But if you actually take a look at someone who is perfect, person being Jesus, you understand? If you can look at him, focus on against, so I feel like there should be no form of conformity or anything like that. It all has to do with consecration. What has God told you, understand? In as much as we all release with God. The same echo as the song where I said that though we are many, your hand is reaching us one on one. You understand? So in this thing with God, yeah, it has to do one on one. You see John the Baptist, you say that John the Baptist should not take the wine or stuff that, like, John the Baptist had his consecration. Samson had his consecration. Yes, you understand? Samuel had his consecration. You understand? So it all boils down to knowing what God would have you do. Everything.
It is that, and I really, really do love the perspective. That means that when you're grounded, which you obviously are, in what you know, in your values, you obviously that won't conform for anything, won't shake for anything, because your foundation is solid.
I think aside with that, even aside being grounded, because you can't, life is not a one-man squad kind of stuff. Yeah. You understand? So in as much as I try to, okay, I'm heading towards this, I want that, I want to do this, I want to do that. You have to have individuals who are like your mentor, people that stick to you. You have to have a community. Like anybody in this generation, in our age group, you understand, or like you say, your Gen Z and stuff, and you don't have a community or something you're accountable, like I would say it's kind of dangerous, you understand? Because it's like you don't have any system to hold you the alpha, bro, you understand? To check up on you, to check. See, they say in the Bible that woe to him who stands alone. Jesus being the God of the whole world, why didn't he do life alone? You understand? So that one too is also another asking God to give you mentors, and also actually having community to be accountable.
I really do love that. So
I'm sorry. Cut short. I'm very fair. So if you see when we say communities, most time people are like, I can't find communities might not be like people. Communities can be things like joining the choir. Joining the choir in my school became a community for me. There are times where okay, I can't pray, or I say I don't want to pray, because the thing is that if you're alone and you want to do something that you know you should do, most times there won't be any motivation for you to do it.
yes,
You understand?
there'll be a group of like-minded people.
Yeah, you now have a group of like-minded people where they can like hold your hand and say, Alpha, bro, let's do this thing. So in times that I don't want to pray, my choir is there for me. You understand? And they have prayers that we do, and they get with prayer and stuff. Yeah.
That's very sharp. So I'm coming to the end of this podcast right now. I have it's basically like it's in one question. What do you see as success in music? And then for people that are actually starting music out, what do you have to tell them? Like what's what would you say for somebody that is scared to start or scared of failing or is just starting out? What would you tell them concerning success, and maybe what do you personally view success as?
Yeah. I think I'm not really in the place to give a like advice so that okay somebody wants to start or like, but at least you understand like what I can just say in respect to that is that for anybody who wants to start this music thing back, like you have a lot of garbage out there, they have nonsense, your body not inspired. I'm proudly saying that, bro, that let me not shake tables, you understand? But things like, oh, your body not inspired. Or like they are like I've heard so many trash. You understand? I've heard so many garbage like in the end, like music. People like how do you say a musician and you don't know how to tell a story. Like I'm not talking as from perfect, not get me wrong. But what I'm trying to say is that we have a lot of people who are not true to themselves. Like you hear people saying things that they can't even do. Like, oh girl, I go take it to this one, I go take it to that one. So it's like
Ready shaping people. See, building shape.
right? So it's like, for that, just be true to yourself, be true to your story. Know that the person that is in a better position to tell your story is you. You understand? And just tell that story very well. You understand? Tell that story very well. Have people who can critique yourself. Like I tell you guys, see why. Please tell me how far, bro. You can't do like this, can't do like this. Yeah, there was a time I was. What was the second question I asked?
What's your view on success?
My view on success.
How do you see yourself being successful
So
in music?
music. This is song I'm talking about music. I'll see. To be honest, I can't really say that. Oh, like I'm a musician. I'm an artist. Like is more or less like, bro, I'm just doing what I love, and I know that there are people who can relate to what I'm doing because I believe in the opinion that God created us not to be consumers. We are not meant to be solely consumers. We are meant to be creators. So it's like, what do I have for my world? What have I put out for the community society? What have I put out for people? Am I just in taking, you understand, without giving back to the society? So that's really like my music. So this thing about success, I can't really say that, oh, I'm an artist, like, but I want to carry this to the highest level as possible. So it's just, and I'm very excited to be on this podcast. 1980 Map is my first interview on any podcast, so I'm very, very delighted to be here.
Yeah.
And I think there was a question that I asked also about the question about artists, like advice to artists. I think another thing that I would say, you're acting as much as you're telling your story does not mean in that story there are other people who contributed to that story that you're telling. You understand? So there are times whereby I write songs. Contribution of others does not make you unauthentic or something. You understand? So it's like this for Knock Knock now. I went to record, and while like just like singing the song to myself before we went to the studio, I am Mez Magic, and I like when we were in the studio, we were done recording, and I'm like, no, we are done recording, and I'm like, bro, no, we wanted to add one part at the end of the song. Yes, something like I throw in my sorrows, I throw in my death. So I'm like, should be, because where I got that inspiration from was I'm trading my sorrow. I'm trading. So like that's where I got from, and like I told the guy that bro was like, we remove this, I trade my sorrow. The guy not like, no bro, let's leave it. And we left it, and like people really love that part. I trade my sorrow. Before so yeah, basically just have people that are, like what you said before, people that are like-minded, people that can support. Life is, see, summary of everything we say, life is not a one-man squad kind of stuff, you understand? You legit need people that will be able to help you do what you want to do, your goals that you want to achieve. You can't be alone and achieve your goal. There are people that have to aid you in achieving that.
So that's I'm very sure we're all entertained. Yeah, it was very educative something. I would say that we actually got to see life from the lens of 23, how he views certain things, and just it's just so much love, so much courage. I'll say so much creativity that he has put into his art, and then coming to share his philosophy on life, his views on life. It was just really nice. And then I'll just say that I really appreciate what I've done there.
Yeah.
I'll say that your music is really good. I will even like, I'm telling you, he's one of my top artists. Like, my God, like
That's really, like no cap, like that really. So seeing like one of your guys that saying that bro, your stuff is good, and this one is not wine, bro. I know my stuff is good, you get, but like seeing your guy telling you that Alpha, bro, this thing makes sense. And by the way, we did listen to your shout out for my album, for my EP rather, that's coming out. The EP is, should we talk about that now? I think we'll do that later. But basically, the title of the EP is Song for You.
Songs for You.
Yeah, Song for You. If you're watching this, Song for You. So yeah, title of the EP is Song for You. And like, do you have any question on the EP? Should you want to ask me anything?
It's him out.
Yes.
ID handle, active on IG.
No, I'm asking you as the host. Do you have any questions to ask me about?
Don't worry.
I think because
We'll still have a lot to talk about, because we haven't spoken about a lot of things. We haven't.
yeah,
There are still a lot more things, but we'll still get back on this podcast. Still get back on.
I'll be excited.
And then I'm really glad to see what we've done here. And then, yeah, see you guys next time.
Peace out.
In my mama's room, craving in the palm of your hands, in the palm of your hands, in the palm of your hands, Elohim. I'm in Jesus Christ in God, Lord, look on me, rating this up, rating this up, Rafa.